we are back for the attack in relation to the Flash Comic 78. So this is the interior pages, and they're all pretty decent in condition. I'm pretty happy with them. So what we want to do now, this is going to be the upload where we are going to leaf cast the pages, and we're going to leaf cast them without the suction table. And I'm doing this for people out there, my supporters, people who watch my channel secretively and don't comment, or they're not subscribed. And I want to do it where we could leaf cast without making a suction table or using all of the equipment that I use. So right now I am removing the staple on the bottom of the book. And as you saw, I know there are different methods of removing staples, tools and whatnot, and they're all good. Everything's wonderful in relation to that. But sometimes just removing the staple, you can use your hands, God's tools, like your hands and your nails, just like that. And in the past, I'm sure everyone who watches my channel knows, I would save the staples that I took out in the direction that they came out. So this would be the bottom staple. And you know what? Let's do it. I was gonna say I wasn't gonna do it, but let's do it, because even though I'm conserving the book, it's always nice to put them back in the place that they came out of. So I'm gonna put them right here on my side, and then what I'll do is I'll just take a piece of blue tape, just like this, and we'll go like this, bum bum ba, and then I'll put a top here. That's the top, so we know the order of the staples, and then we just lift it, and there we go. We have the staples right there. I'm gonna have to do a little work on these staples. There is a little rust on them, but we'll take care of that. That's no big deal. So we got the top right there, and I'll just put another piece of tape over so they don't get lost, just like that. And then I'll tape it up on my board right here, and I know where they are. So this is the centerfold, at least I hope it is. I really didn't check. I hope it's not missing a centerfold. So for the video or the taping process, remember this is the second page in the book, because this is what we're going to work on now. So I'm going to do the second page, and I'm going to let the camera take a nice look at it so I remember that's the second page. Because sometimes when you do these, you work on the pages, you get mixed up a little bit, especially if you have some cocktails when you're doing this. Tonight I'm not drinking because January usually I try to take off from having cocktails, because I like to call it dry January. So right here we have the portion of the wrap where the spine is facing out. So unlike the first wrap, I am going to leaf cast the reverse of the page. We're gonna do this side. So right now, let me take a look at the camera. Have the camera take a picture, so I remember that this is the center fold side. Isn't that cool? Look at Hawkman, Hawkgirl, a lot of history here. So what are we gonna do? What's the goal? The goal is that I'm not going to do extensive cleaning of each page, or maybe I should, I don't know. It's a lot of work, but let's do an abbreviated cleaning. So what I'm gonna do is I'll put the Rimmel right down on a grate, just like that. We're gonna put the Comic down, and then I'm gonna get my actual spray bottle. Excuse the oil burner. I want to depressurize this, so let me open it up a little bit, because it's fully pressurized and I don't want it to spray all over. So I think I depressurized it, hopefully off on the side here. And we're going to take the actual sprayer off. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some water out. Okay, we'll take a little water out and we'll just put it to the side. Then what are we going to do? Let's put a little soap in here. Okay, Palmolive antibacterial, very important. You need the antibacterial. Let's put in a little hydrogen peroxide. 1, 2, 3, that's good enough. And should we be crazy, let's put some chloramine T in the spray bottle. And I'm not going to put a whole tablespoon. I'm just going to put a little bit right here in there as well. We don't like to measure things exactly on the channel, because you know what, each time you do things it's different. Each book is different, each era of book is different, so you have to watch it, you have to monitor it, and sometimes things come out better than other times. So this will be my solution for the duration of doing the leaf casting. So what I'll do is I'll close it up. Okay, we'll give it a nice shake, shake, shake like a margarita. Bam, bam, bam. And then what I'll do is I will take the wrap, the second wrap, and hold on, let me get my container. Okay, I'm back. I didn't pause it. So I have my container. I was going to use a wee pad, but I'm not going to do that. So what I want to do is I want to try to spray it where we keep it flat. So let's use a tool. Look at this guy. It's a cake tool. And we'll hold it down. And I have to pressurize it a little bit more. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna spray the solution. We're gonna spray the solution on to the cover. It's not a cover, Jerry. We're gonna spray it on to the second wrap. And we're gonna let it soak, just like this. And I'm gonna let this penetrate for probably about 15-20 minutes or so. Not long at all. And then we're gonna get right into the leaf casting. I'm gonna try to do everything at once. We might as well put the water down in there too, why not? And you know what, I just changed my mind, guys. If I'm doing it, I might as well soak it a little bit as well. So let me get some water. So bear with me. I'm gonna pause it for a second. I'll be right back. Okay guys, we are back. And then what I'm gonna do is I am going to put a gallon of water, and the solution that I have with the chloramine tea, that little amount, it's good enough. I don't have to go crazy. Okay, and let's put the gallon of water in. Just like that. Nicely. And we're gonna let this soak, like I said, probably for a good 20 minutes to a half an hour. And I want to try to weight down the other portion. So let me get another grate, and then maybe one day I'll show my whole apparatus in here, my little nooks and crannies. Let's put a piece of Holly-Tex over it, just like that. We'll flatten it out. See, like that. Let's spray it more. Give some more of the solution in here. And I want to try to do this 1, 2, 3 all at once. I'm not going to concentrate as much in this wrap as I did with the first wrap, because we have to do a cost-benefit analysis. We can't, at least in my opinion, spend hours and hours on the actual book itself, because it's just, I don't have the time to do it. Other books I will, but believe it or not, what we're doing now, it's going to be very nice. It's going to turn out very well. So we'll let this soak, and after I let it soak for about 20 minutes or so, maybe an hour, depends on how I feel, what I'll do is I will come right back, and then we're going to do some leaf casting. Leaf casting where we do not have to use the suction table, so stay tuned.